We're back with you with another Bite Size. It's Sean and Darren from Cloud9 answering your questions. And we are seeing, Sean, a lot of inquiries, leads, purchases, buyers from the US. And we're seeing loads, in fact, aren't we? What's happening here, do you think?
Well,
Why?
For a start off, last year it was our second most dominant market. I never thought it would be, because certainly this part of Europe has never really been attractive to Americans. I don't know if they just haven't come across it. Maybe it's just not heavily publicized back in their home country. But yeah, I mean, the trend has continued into this year. We're getting a lot. I would say it's like 20-30% of our inquiry base at the moment, which is a significant amount. So we're dealing with the same questions a lot. And with our American buyers, we have to work with them in a slightly different way, because most of them, I mean, we get a lot that aren't familiar with the place at all.
Yeah.
So when we're dealing with Brits or Northern Europeans, they kind of know Marbella, they know the whole place, sometimes they know more than we do. But with the Americans, they need a lot of guidance. And that's great, because I love that part of my job, where we initially have a Zoom, we talk about, their perceptions and what they're trying to look for, how they're trying to enhance their lives, and then we can guide them a little bit, explain about the pros and cons of the area and some places, some areas, first of all, that might be suitable for them. So it's a nice way to work, because you're with them at the start of the journey all the way through, and I think they like that.
We've had a few lately, haven't we?
Yeah, sometimes it can take longer to convert them, because maybe they're just not quite ready to leap. And some of them will do a recce first trip, and then they'll come back. But very often they come for the first time, fall in love with it. And I think the reason they fall in love with it is because it reminds them a lot of Southern California. The landscape, the way of life is very similar in terms of climate. So they feel very comfortable with that. But I think some of the less endearing elements of the States aren't here. So the common thread that I hear from our clients is that they're moving from the US because they don't like the way the politics is going. I'm not even going to get into that. And the second thing they don't like is the fact that, outside every school there's a guy with a gun.
Yeah.
Protecting the kids. Really, is that the sort of life you want your kids to grow up in? So a lot of them come here and they get a sense of family, the respect for kids, the respect for the whole family setup. You can be in a restaurant at midnight, the kids will be running around, and no one cares.
No.
In England, that'll be frowned upon. So here, there's a sense of family, there's a sense of respect for those intra sort of generational things. It's a safe place to be, and the sun's shining, and it's also a great base for them. They can access anywhere in Europe or Middle East or back to the States very, very quickly, and it's becoming quite a heady mix for them as an alternative to the US.
Yeah, I certainly agree with all of that, and even in the sort of the tech world as well. I mean, Malaga is becoming a very, very big area, isn't it? So, if you've got a lot of tech people coming over from the States or whatever it might be, and then sort of basing themselves in this area, and then just traveling into Malaga as and when, or just in the local areas, it's definitely an appeal. I can certainly see that.
Definitely. Well, I mean, look where we're sitting here. We're sitting in the pool in Marbella, which is mainly a tech hub. I think we're the only real estate people here. And some of the stuff they discuss, I don't even understand. I mean, I keep getting invitations for events, and I was saying to Alfredo earlier, I didn't know what it was about. I couldn't understand the title. Yeah. And it's true. There's a lot of tech stuff happening, and there's a lot of really clever people in the US who maybe would rather be a bigger fish in a smaller pond. And here you can really make a splash. Ooh, Emily. But you can, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of big businesses coming over here.
Even AI technology, big in the States, getting bigger in Europe now as well. And Malaga is one of the bigger hubs for AI as well, with cloud and everything. So
absolutely. And there's visa options there for people. Yeah. There's the golden visa if you spend a certain amount of money. There's the digital nomad visa. So there's opportunities for Americans to come here, sample the life, and enjoy it.
It seems a lot more than ever, though.
Yeah.
It really has taken off.
I think it's had a lot more publicity. The fact that Forbes magazine are saying it's the best place in Europe, that matters. That resonates. We were invited to contribute to a Wall Street Journal article last year, and we got quite a few American buyers off the back of that. So I just think it's the education side of things, which was never there. It just never got mentioned. People were always coming to like Barcelona and Madrid. Very, traditionally the Americans will come and do the cultural thing in Europe. now they're thinking, okay, it actually could be a change of my life. It could be a new way of life. And I think that's bringing the Costa del Sol into the conversation.
It's really interesting because we've spoken to a lot of our American clients, and a lot of them have said, yeah, we had a look at Portugal, we had a look at south of France, but they keep coming back here. So it is a real pull. The Costa del Sol is definitely a pull, isn't it?
And it's interesting because when they haven't been here before, you're always a little bit nervous thinking, God, what are they going to think? Because when you've been here too long, you kind of don't, it's difficult to look at it objectively.
Yeah.
But every one of them's like, oh yeah, we love it.
And it's the charm more than anything, because sometimes the infrastructure isn't as what you'd expect in a suburb of America with pristine palm line road. Not all of them are like that down here.
Not at all.
And so, but it's more about the charm and the culture and the values, I think. And all of that, the food, of course, and the sunshine. I think all of that has a big
good schools. Yeah. So for families, it's a really
safe. Yeah.
It's a really good choice, and you can see that the people that we're meeting from the States, they're all happy to be here, and that's really nice. It's
lovely.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's good. So if you're thinking about coming across the pond, we'd love to see you. From anywhere in the world, actually. It's certainly becoming a big place, and it always has been on the Costa del Sol. Certainly from us here at Cloud9. Till the next time, though, we'll see you soon.